On this episode of Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places, we begin in Central Florida in the Green Swamp. Very quiet out here. And we begin this video with this abandoned home just sitting here off the highway. Door wide open. Look at this thing. Got some nice steps here. Big porch. Someone left a pool. Hello? Check it out. Fireplace. Got like a French door here. There's a bathroom back here. Check out the old wood floor. The bathroom. Oh man. That's disgusting. This is actually a pretty big house. Check out the kitchen. There's a cobweb right there. Whoa. Washer's still here. Door to the backyard. No one's lived here in a long time. Oh, look. And they were a Doctor Who fan. Also a cool Ron John Surf Shop sticker. Cool find here early in this morning. Not much sun coming into the sun porch anymore. Back on the road headed north. I'm also going to stop off in Gainesville. There's something I saw there that I want to see. And we have made it to Gainesville, here on the east side of the University of Florida. Go Gators. Sits the abandoned McCreary House. This building said to be constructed in the late 1890s. It's a beautiful piece of Victorian architecture just sitting here next to this busy road. The University of Florida right down there. I saw a picture of this and I had to come check it out. This property is vacant, it is abandoned, but it is owned, it is for sale. They sure don't make them like this anymore. I love the oval window and the round porch. Old brick steps. Check this out. I'm just gonna peek through the window. Check out the original door. Wow, that's amazing. Take a look in, see the staircase. Looks like someone's redone the drywall. All right, so I did a little research. This house was built by Henry Hamilton McCreary, who was an editor for the local newspaper, the Gainesville Daily Sun. He selected this location because it was near the newspaper where they created it. He was also a community leader and he helped start the water system here in Gainesville, which brought water to UF. Just a little quick search there. This house is for sale. It is currently on the market for $450,000. Welcome back to Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. I am Tampa J, and today we have a very special episode. We are celebrating the 5th anniversary of this series that I created 5 years ago this month. Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. I haven't counted all the episodes, but we're getting up there. 5 years ago, this has been some of the most favorite content I've created. Personally, I've had such a great time exploring the back roads of Florida, and by doing so, it has inspired me to want to do it across America, which we have already begun doing. I just recently moved to Tennessee, and I told you guys I would be back to update this series, and I'm doing that today. I've got something very special planned. Tonight, I will be staying the night in a haunted bed and breakfast in Monticello, Florida. I've never been to Monticello. Monticello has a reputation of being the most haunted little town in the South. And that's going to be the main feature here in this video. We're going to go up to Monticello. We're going to check out this little historic town, all the unique history, and I will be staying at the 1872 Denham Inn. I've got a reservation. I'm going to vlog all the way through the night. I'm taking you guys with us, with me, you guys vicariously. So thank you so much for always watching. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Welcome back again to Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. There's much ahead. And according to my Google directions right here, I am almost 2 hours, 134 miles to be precise, to the 1872 Denham Inn. Got some driving to do. And this stretch of road right here is US 19. Done a lot of venturing on US 19. From here, south and all the way north. Guys, welcome to the historic Monticello, a Main Street community. I read that this Monticello was named after Thomas Jefferson's home. Some people say Monticello, some people say Monticello. Named after the Thomas Jefferson estate. This is Jefferson County Courthouse. Look at that. Thomas Jefferson. Their courthouse is in the center of a roundabout. Look at this. We're gonna park, get out on foot. And I found a street spot here on Dogwood Street, which is just north of the courthouse building. Pretty stretch of buildings, in great shape. Here's the Monticello Plant Boutique. Chris the girl would like that. And then across the way, looks like we've got some sort of a bookstore. Yeah, it's a Christian bookstore. That's cool. And I've come up to the corner of Dogwood and Jefferson, aka US 19. Look at that courthouse. This courthouse reminds me of the Polk County Courthouse in Bartow. The dome and the clock, very similar. Looks like to the left we got something called the Brick House. That looks like a nice eatery. Soul Shine, and right behind me, check this out. Got a mural on the corner of this building. Some big butterfly. Here's the artist, Sam McCoy Art and Megan Mick 2025. This is a fresh mural here in Monticello. Got the birds over here too. There you go, all in the frame. Looking forward to exploring this town and getting something to eat later. I'm going to be here for almost 24 hours. And this old building right here, this old home, it says on the door it was constructed in 1833. The Rick Simmons home, or the Work Simmons home. I wonder what the story is with this. So, within this video, I'm gonna go check in to the inn that I'm staying in tonight. My check-in is at 4 o'clock. I've got over an hour before I will do that. But this little town is known to be the most haunted little town in the South. Within this video, we will go to the historic jail, a cemetery, and an opera house, all known to be haunted, and we will check those things out. So in between checking in the whole evening, checking out the room, that's going to be the rundown. There's a historic sign over there. That's a cool looking post office. Very mid-century looking. Let's go read that sign. Jefferson County became territorial Florida's 13th county in January 1827. In December of that year, the town of Monticello, named in honor of Thomas Jefferson's famous Virginia home, was laid out and lots began to be sold. During the 1830s and 1840s, Monticello developed into the social, governmental, and economic center of Jefferson County. Post-Civil War fires destroyed most of the early commercial buildings, but a number of dwellings erected during those years survive. After the Civil War, economic adversity delayed further construction in Monticello until the 1880s. Most downtown commercial buildings date from the last quarter of the 19th century. The Monticello Historic District, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, contains over 40 buildings dating from the 19th century. These structures reflect the typical development of the North Florida town of the period. Unlike other Florida towns of the same era, 19th century Monticello remains largely intact. So we're reading from the sign. This one's from the 1830s. This survived the post-Civil War fires. That most of the buildings here in the late 19th century are still standing intact. And that's really fascinating because the hotel that I'm staying in, the bed and breakfast, the home, the historic home, was built in 1872. And I noticed this was the 13th county in the state of Florida. The Haunted Inn that I'm staying in tonight has 13 rooms. And one thing I have noticed right away about this town, that all of the downtown storefronts are open. They are currently operating business. So that means there's a lot of people that like to come downtown. On the side of this building, there's an information booth. Historic Jefferson County. Walking and driving tour of Monticello. This is really nice. We have a map. We have all of the buildings labeled so neatly. This will come in handy much ahead. And it looks like the bank, the downtown bank across the way, is a coffee shop. I'll have to pop in there at some point. That'll be fun. This is right across from the Jefferson County Courthouse. We've got a fallen heroes monument right here, memorial, right in front of the main entrance of the Jefferson County Courthouse. Looks just like the one in Polk County in Bartow. And we have this sign marking the 150th anniversary of Jefferson County, which was in 1977. It says, in January 1827, settlers from the seaboard states already had begun to develop cotton plantations in this area. In December 1827, the county seat received the name Monticello in the honor of Thomas Jefferson's estate. Jefferson County provided many of territorial Florida's most prominent leaders. And on the west side of the Jefferson County Courthouse, on this side of the roundabout, on this corner, it's pretty remarkable. It's in great shape. This is the Monticello Opera House, built in 1890. And according to the map, it is 2-story brick with carbelled cornice, cast iron, and stained glass storefronts on the first floor, and acoustically perfect theater on the second floor. So the theater is on the second floor, and that's often with old opera houses like this. And think of the one in Arcadia. We have the privilege of touring before it burned up. Several years back, the hurricane took it out. AD 1890, Perkins Block. And I'll let that thunder tell you that this is a haunted opera house. Oh yeah, see if I can find some of the spooky history. It is very haunting looking. And it looks like it's an active theater playing here right now. Nearly Departed, a laugh out loud Southern comedy. That looks like it's right up our alley right there. I would love to see that. And I just noticed it says July 17th through the 20th, so that is not playing just yet. Wow, look at that stained glass up there. They do not make them like this anymore. That's beautiful. On the corner of Washington and Mulberry Street, check out those signs there. Those are really old. I mean, those could be 100 years old. That's really cool right here on the corner of the Opera House. Perkins Opera House. So let me look up the ghost story. So a couple years back, I bought a book called Haunted Hospitality, and inside of it has a lot of haunted, like, bed and breakfast places. I thought it was an afterthought. I forgot I had that book, and on the way up here I said, this inn that I'm staying at is probably inside that book. So thanks to my amazing fiance Chris, she texts me pictures of the book, specifically on the chapters here in Monticello, and it does talk about this opera house, and it says that this 1890 brick building was built by John H. Perkins. Many think that his spirit still lingers. A dark, shadowy man has been seen in the building. People have reported hearing voices, a piano that plays by itself, and the sound of footsteps when no one else is around. Many orbs have been caught in the theater. And I want to shout out the artist. I'll put the source in the description if you want to check out the book below. It is written by Michelle Davidson. Check out Florida's Haunted Hospitality. So just to show you where I'm staying tonight, here we are right here. The bed and breakfast, the Denim Inn, is up here, number 25. So there's a lot of stuff to look at here. I don't know if we're going to see it all, but we're going to definitely check out the jail for sure, and maybe the cemetery. And crossing Cherry Street, look at this. Looks like an old theater. And it is a Masonic temple, erected in 1914, erected by Hiram Lodge number 5. The building had a theater on the first floor where local residents could enjoy the exciting new invention of moving pictures. I've never seen a movie theater that was also a Masonic temple. 1914, some of the original silent films would have been played here. That's pretty incredible. I have never seen a Masonic temple / movie theater anywhere. Have you? Very rare. It's It's really cool though. All right, it's starting to rain. I think I'm gonna walk back to the car. I was gonna try this on foot. I've got an umbrella back there too. Oh man, it's starting to rain. A little free library. I always have to take a look. Let's see what's in here. It's all locked up. I see a couple James Patterson novels in here. Obsessed and Countdown. And many more. Had to take a look. Another store over here. Just down from the Plant Boutique. Hello, Summer. I like the yellow. It's really nice. I don't think that's the name. Oh, there you go. There's the name. Decor de France. Francais. Rancho Grande. Jackpot. I've shown a lot of Tex-Mex in Florida on this series. This might be where I eat tonight. I'm definitely having breakfast at the inn in the morning for sure. It's really cool. All right, so I was on my way to check into the inn. Over here on the west side of town, I saw this sign, De Soto Trail, Hernando de Soto. You are standing along the historic route of Conquistador Hernando de Soto. You are here, so check this out, which he came through Tampa Bay, Bay of the Holy Spirit. Hernando de Soto and his expedition through Florida Native American territories for his quest to find gold and glory. It's got some other history on here. It talks about the Conquistador Trail, talks about the natives. We've learned a lot of Conquistador history I have over the years, and shared a lot of it being from Tampa Bay. De Soto, Narvaez, all those guys. Not good dudes at all. Very brutal. Very brutal. It says right here on October 3rd, 1539, De Soto's army has crossed a large swamp to the east of here and is attacked by Appalachian warriors. Our cavalry proved useless against this attack as the trails are too narrow. We were forced to dismount and advanced on foot. Warriors shot arrows at us and we made our way toward the village of I'm going to butcher that, Ifatachuco. And we have arrived. Check this out. That is a beautiful house right there. That is where we are staying tonight. The 1872 Denim Inn. I booked the library. I can't remember what color of room it is. They're all colored, different names. But I read that the blue room and the green room are haunted by two different ghosts. And there are many ghosts that haunt this place. One reason why I wanted to stay here tonight. As the thunder rolls, we have made it. 555 West Palmer Mill Road. This house was built, obviously, in 1872 by Scottish immigrant John Denham. I love the turret at the top. You know what this reminds me of? Last year we saw the Hocus Pocus house with the turret at the top in Salem, Massachusetts. Kind of reminds me of that. It is 15 minutes shy of 4 o'clock. I told him I'd be here right at 4 o'clock, so here we are turning into the driveway. This is on the National List of Historic Places, of course. The current owner, I read, she's owned this since 1997, and she personally has experienced a lot of paranormal stuff, which you can read in that book that I referenced earlier, Haunted Florida Hospitality. Looks like we got a nice little parking lot here. I booked online for this stay on this Tuesday evening. Wasn't too bad. It looked like I was pretty much going to be able to book any room. They were all available. I think it came out to about $135. Historic Inn plus breakfast. That's not too bad. I've paid more at the Best Western, for sure. All right, let's roll. Got my bag and, oh. Been driving all day, I can't drive this. And we got two lions. It reminds me of the Ghostbusters, New York Public Library. And it looks like there are 3 pieces of paper on the front door. One of them should have my name on it. This is so cool, dude. Can't wait to get out the EMF tester. Also, I have my EVP recorder. And we are in. Ooh. Wow, this is pretty. And we've got AC. Shut the door. All right, this is beautiful. So I rented the Lacey room, and they said it's down here underneath the staircase. We'll be sure to get into the room and then check out this place. We'll be here for a long time. I love the high ceilings here. Hear music. I hear music. Here's an old map of Monticello from 1885. 1885. And you can see, let's see if we can see this. Oh, it's kind of hard to pick out, but this was built in 1872, so it's definitely here. We are in this tiny house right here on Palmer Miller Road, right there. A lot has changed since 1885. Oh, okay, they got a guest book. I'm gonna sign into the guest book. Ooh, that scared me. That's an old mirror. Oh, wow. Check out the dining room. I love the music. All right, so this is where the coffee and tea is. This old buffet here. We've got the china. Oh, and here's the tea. All right, I know what you're saying. This place ain't haunted. It's peaceful. I will say I read that these ghosts are friendly ghosts too. I just got really relaxed. All right, so my room is right here. I'm gonna show you in just a second. It is literally at the bottom behind the steps. And there's also a mini fridge and a microwave, snacks. All right. Check it out. Welcome to the Lacey room. That is a king size bed. Also, I got a fireplace in here and a TV. Oh, cool. Check out the antique chair. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed like that. Like this. First time. Got a big mirror here. We got a chair. This is a gigantic room. We got the fireplace. This might be a closet. Ooh, definitely a closet. Got some robes in there. Extra blanket. Got a lot of antiques. I like these portraits. And check out the bathroom. That's where I'll be editing the video. Nice little desk. We've got an old tub in here. That's cool. It's been a while since I've taken a shower in an old tub like that. Yeah, it's a big bathroom. Wow, very nice, very clean. Yeah, guys, I think I paid $135 for tonight. That is a steal. This is beautiful. I love the big ceilings. Look at the floor. Look at that 1872 floor. And there's a photo in here, or a painting, watercolor. I am pretty sure this is Lakeland. That looks just like downtown Lakeland. Could be wrong, but I think so. Those are the queen swans. It doesn't really say down here. They do have a step here, so you can get up in the bed if you're vertically challenged. That's wow. That's like 4 or 5 feet. That's 4 feet off the ground. So that's really neat. I actually might be using that too. I mean, I'm a tall guy, but I need a little extra step, a little help. And don't worry, look at this. They've got a charging thing here. This is perfect. Plug all my stuff in here. Nice. Also, I just see plenty of outlets. Quite amazing. I am shocked. I thought originally I was gonna stay upstairs. I thought I booked the library, but maybe they upgraded me because there's not a lot of people staying here, which is fine. I'm not complaining. This is amazing. This is one of the nicest rooms I've ever stayed at, and the cheapest, right? Not complaining. And here's the picture Chris sent me earlier when I asked her to take a look at this book for me. Michelle Davidson, Florida's Haunted Hospitality. You can read a chapter on this historic haunted inn inside that book. And reading from the book, it says the strangest occurrences has to be the alarm clock all going off at the same time throughout the house. Pat, the owner, has no explanation for this, but considers it a reminder that someone else in the house is with her. When Pat first bought the 1872 John Dunham house, she opened the sliding wood doors to the parlor that had been closed off for years. When she did, she began hearing old-time music coming from the parlor, like there is right now. All right, heading back over to the parlor. There's the music. Okay. There's definitely a speaker over there. Under the, oh, it's right there. Okay, just had to make sure it's under the table. That's pretty spooky though. So this was all sealed off according to that. When they first renovated, I found the living room. There's some portraits on the walls here. I wonder if any of these are John Denham. You can see the age of the glass there, the original glass. You see that? I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's original glass. Oh, this must be world history. There's a globe right there. Oh wow, look at this. History of Jefferson County. That's neat. All right, so I don't know who this is. Comment below if you do. Maybe we'll find out before the end of my stay. But I went to find a grave, and I found a picture of John Denham Sr., the man who built this house. And he was born in East Lothian, Scotland in 1819 and died April 5th, 1874. So 2 years after this house was built, and he's buried here in the Roseland Cemetery, which we will most likely go to in a little bit. And of course it is said that John haunts this place. He is one of the ghosts. It talks about John being a ghost here. His Aunt Sarah, I believe, also a ghost here. And then there's a ghost in the green and the blue room. And those rooms are upstairs. So later tonight, we'll go take a peek, see what we can find. Bryan Adams. My dad was a big fan. All right, let's take a look upstairs. Also, I got to charge my camera battery. This is amazing. Look at this. Take a little charge on it. Okay, looks like a dead end up here. All right, at the top of the stairs now, I can tell that this is the blue room. It's open. I don't think they've checked in yet. So this is one of the haunted rooms. Now someone has rented that room, so I can't go in there. It's cool that the door is open. But there are 6 rooms. I was reading there are 6 rooms that you can stay in here. And there are 13 rooms altogether for the entire house. All right, so I got my laptop out. I'm gonna edit a little bit, and then I'm gonna get ready, maybe get a shower, go get some food, go check out the cemetery. I wanna show you my EMF tester and my recorder. That's a recording going right there. I think I hit it. Nope. Oh. Okay, turn that off. So what we're looking for, if the light goes any other color than green, this detects electricity. And we're looking for unexplained electricity, because my laptop, check this out. There you go, right there. Obviously has electricity in it. So if there's nothing around and this thing goes off, then that is paranormal activity. It is unexplained electromagnetic fields and forces, and that is said to be the sign of a ghost, one of the signs of a ghost. And in Knoxville last month, I recorded a voice on this thing, and that is voice phenomenon. So we're looking for those two, and I'll be running this stuff later tonight. So just wanted to show you my tools here. We also have added, I bought Chris a infrared ghost camera. Did not bring it with me. It's not mine. I got it for her, but she will be using that along with this equipment in a future video coming up. So just want to say we've added to our ghost hunting arsenal. This place is really relaxing. I'm enjoying the view out the window here. Really beautiful. There's a nice little park around the house. Got a little coffee here if I wanted it, or could have a little coffee. All right, we'll be back. It has cooled down quite a bit. It was a hot day here in Florida. Not as hot as the new homestead though. Tennessee. Loving my Tennessee home, by the way. It's beautiful up there. So I thought I was gonna walk. It's not a bad walk, but I'm gonna save time. Who knows, it might rain again. Look at this. It's freaking beautiful. Okay, so on the corner of Dogwood Street in North Walter, I didn't realize this was a museum until I got here. The Old Jail Museum, established 1906 on the sign. I don't think it's open. It's almost 7 o'clock. I was texting our pal, author Mark Muncy, and he has been here before, doing a little paranormal investigation. This is a haunted jail. 1906. I read that this housed both men and women prisoners. I don't think this is the entrance. I don't even think it's open. It's all off. Someone might be living here. The bars are gone. Okay, on the side here, there's a sign by this door. It says open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday and Saturday. But someone marked it out. Oh, here's the sign, open today. It's definitely not open right now, but take a peek in the window. See anything in there? Not much. Be cool to get inside. There's also some stuff back here too. Monticello Old Jail Museum. Alright, this town is really quiet. This building looks like it used to belong to the jail as well. They've got a parade float sitting out here. Here's the back side. There's a little building that sits apart from it. That definitely has bars on the windows right there. Look at that. Oh, cool. Check this out. That's cool. Old door. Wonder if this was like solitary confinement area. And Mark Muncy said that someone by the name of Outcast Paranormal was able to get some shadowy figures, or catch some shadowy figures in the upstairs of the jail. That's creepy. What is that? Watermelon. Making noise. Would love to get inside sometime. Okay, so to place things into perspective, you see this yellow building up here? That's where I grabbed the map, the pamphlet, earlier, way up there. We're gonna try to find that cemetery, and then we're gonna get some food. All right, so I came to Madison Street, Monticello Water Tower up here on the north side of town. I was heading to the Roseland Cemetery, which is down to the left, but I stopped here because I saw this sign. This is the Old City Cemetery. Sign says it was established in 1827. I'm going to read this sign, take a look around. This public burying ground was situated at the outskirts of the newly settled town of Monticello and is the final resting place for a cross-section of the town's population, including settlers, slaves, planters, politicians, and Confederate soldiers. Grave markers represent changing burial styles from simple wooden plaques used in the territorial and antebellum periods, which have long ago rotted away, to brick vaults, here you go, to the 5 rare coffin vaults not found anywhere else in Florida. Whoa, that's weird. To the more elaborate cast iron, bronze, and marble structures commonly used in the later part of the 1800s. The cemetery is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. I think these are the coffin vaults they were talking about. Let's see here. Mrs. Grace A. Bailey. Born 1810, died 1901. Rest in peace. We come in peace. I did bring one of my tools with me. Yeah, this is unique. Never seen anything like that. Wow. Searching for EMF, electromagnetic fields. Oh wow. These are all caved in. Oh my gosh. I hate this. Hopefully someone's gonna restore these. Yeah, this is not in good shape in here, guys. Wow, I'm just seeing it. Look over here. I mean, 200-year-old cemetery coming up on it, 1827. Okay, look at this. No coffin in there. Albert Evan Taylor, born in Wilmington, North Carolina, January 27th, 1811. Died in in Monticello right here, August 26th, 1852, before the Civil War. Wasn't very old. Got a giant live oak tree over here. Check this inscription: sacred to the memory of James Beard, who was born in Cumberland County, North Carolina, November the 30th, 1811, and departed this life in Monticello, Florida, April the 14th, 1856. This is quite a find. This isn't even the cemetery I was looking for. Wow. I think over here is the Confederate soldiers, Civil War soldiers right here. Look at this fence. It's been taken out. Alright, these are the resting places of these soldiers that fought in the Civil War. Can't really make out most of the tombstones. This one you can. Louis Alexander Connolly. Looks like he was killed in the Civil War. November 22nd, 1864. I bet if we Google that date, probably get a battle. He was Lieutenant Colonel of the 29th Alabama Regiment, CSA. Battle of Griswoldville was fought in Georgia as part of General Sherman's march to the sea. It was a clash between Union forces and the Confederates, so he was a soldier killed during Sherman's march. General Tecumseh Sherman. We were just up in North Georgia last month, and I showed you where Sherman began his march in Tunnelville. That town sounds familiar that I just read. So the Battle of Griswoldville. The soldier was killed. Yeah. It's heavy here. Very heavy. Woo! The temperature dropped too as I was walking over here. I didn't get anything on the meter. Something spooky going on here. And here we are. Roseland Cemetery. Still here on Madison. It's got the old arch here. Got a sign to read. I'm gonna pull in. Okay, I'm walking back up to read this sign. This is another paranormal hotspot here in Monticello. And I saw on the map they do offer ghost tours. There's a group that does ghost tours. Just check out Ghost Tours Monticello, Florida. Roseland Cemetery was founded soon after the end of the Second Seminole War, coinciding with the admission of the state of Florida into the Union in 1845. The cemetery property was an expansion of the original 1827 cemetery, which is over there. We were just at, and its establishment reflects the community's growth into a cultural and trade center during the antebellum period. So I was just reading an account that someone got a high reading on their EMF tester on the north end of the cemetery by the fence. So I'm heading over to the north fence. Got my tester ready. The light goes any other color than green, we've got a reading. Also, we'll get the display right here. Section C and D over here as we're getting towards the back. Looks like these burials were in the 1980s. Another beautiful live oak tree over here. It's an old one right there, a couple hundred years old. It's older than the cemetery. Alright, so as I'm approaching the north end of the cemetery and the fence, I'm seeing a power line. If I get close to that power line, this thing's going to go off. I'm not trying to debunk the person, but maybe they didn't look up. I'm just going to walk along the fence back here. I'm far out, so I'm not close to the power lines. I'll hold it out this way. Getting a little reading right here. A little reading. Power lines are right there and I'm walking away. I don't know. Huh. It's right over here. Oh. Wow. Mayor of Monticello. Isham Lafayette Anderson, U.S. Navy. Died October 10th, 2006. Maybe we were supposed to say hello to the mayor and his wife, Mary Catherine. Right here, little reading. North fence. Right here. That's creepy. Just a little one. Ooh. I've got EMF now. That's there. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But if I get closer, it goes down. It's just right here in this spot. Nothing in the ground. Right here. Huh. This spot right here. I don't know what it is about this spot. Maybe an unmarked grave. But in between here and there, got a reading. Unexplained. Unexplained. And if I go towards the power line, it goes down. Ooh. Okay, there we go. I don't know. Yeah, see, it's definitely going up towards the power line. Not enough evidence, but weird. Power line makes it doubtful. Alright, check this out. We have a soldier buried here that fought, a Marine, U.S. Marine that fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima. It's a beautiful plot here, family plot. It says right here, Sergeant Ernest Ivy Boots Thomas Jr. on 21st of February 1945 during the World War II Battle for Iwo Jima, Sergeant Boots Thomas led 3rd Platoon Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines on the assault that destroyed the heavily fortified Japanese positions at the base of the Mount of Surabaki and was posthumously awarded the Navy Cross for extraordinary heroism on the 23rd of February as part of the 40-man patrol that reached the summit. He participated in raising the first flag, signaling the capture of this vital objective. Sergeant Thomas continued leading the platoon until he was killed at Nishi Ridge on March 3rd, a week before his 21st birthday. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. March 3rd, 1945. Very young. Appreciate your service, sir. Here's the rest of his family. Someone left a rock here. We remember. Maybe this is why I was supposed to come over here. A Marine that raised the flag at Iwo Jima. Other than fast food on the outside of town, everything is closed as far as restaurant in Monticello right now. This place called the Rev Cafe Restaurant is about to close at 8 o'clock. So the only thing open on this Tuesday night is Rancho Grande Mexican Grill. Closes at 9:30. So Mexican it is. Alright, it looks like everyone in this town had the same idea. They're busy. Only place open. Makes sense. Rancho Grande Mexican Grill and Cantina. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Smells good. Like this little cactus with a sombrero up here. Look at that dude. Alright, I've been seated here in the back. Very festive. I love the little the horsey there on the fort. I got my chips. I just ordered my drink. Looks like there's a lot of stuff. Typical Tex-Mex restaurant. I got desserts. I'm thinking about a steaks. Maybe some carne asada or some tacos. I'm gonna have a big breakfast in the morning, so I don't want to eat too much, but I probably will. Let's face it. As I'm waiting to order here, on the back of this chair, Chavo. That's amazing. That's how I learned my Spanish right there, Mr. Chavo. Look at that. I got the Alhambras mix there. They're smoking. That smells freaking awesome. Also got a Modelo beer over here. It's a good meal to go back to a haunted hotel. What do you think? Good fuel. Fantastic food. All done. All paid up. They came out to $40. Only because I tipped 10 bucks. Not very expensive. Good stuff. Come check them out here. Rancho Grande, if you're passing through Monticello. The night is young. The town is quiet here on this Tuesday night. Let's see what else we can do on our way back. All right, this is back near the cemetery, actually right there. The cemetery we were just at. Look at this. Across from this church. It's an abandoned home. Just hiding here. That's pretty gnarly. 555. Look at that. I think that's 555. Yeah. Dude, it's just hiding in here. That's wicked. No one is managing this property, which takes up this whole block. This whole block is all grown up. That's cool. Right across from the Roseland Cemetery. Look at this church. Wow. This is just north on 19. North of downtown. That is beautiful. Christ Episcopal Church. Put you out the sunroof here. Downtown Monticello. Tuesday night. Pretty dead. I've never seen such a dead town on a US highway before. I'll have to get that coffee tomorrow. Forgot about the coffee in the bank. Do the roundabout here. Opera House. This is a really quiet town. A little bit too quiet, as they say. Really awesome. Holy crap. The address here is also 555. Wow. What a coincidence. That was that abandoned homes number. I don't know if you can see it right up here. Ooh. Bells. You can see the moon. What time is it? Get the bells ringing. 9 o'clock. It's almost like I did that intentionally. I swear to you I didn't. It's 9 o'clock. Later we'll come back outside. I'm going to go inside, relax, take a shower, and see if we can find any ghosts. Maybe tell some ghost stories. Alright, so I have my EVP recorder. I'm going to let this roll about 10 minutes or so. I might do this periodically throughout the night in different spots, but as I'm taking a shower, I'm just going to let this roll, listen back to it later, and if I find anything, I will update you like usual, per usual, let you know. I wonder who this little girl was. Huh. And now that the lights are on, you can see the bathroom brass tub. I can't remember the last time I took a shower in a brass tub. I could take a bath, but I'm a shower person. Just want to show you all the towels here, how nice they are and clean and soft. And they have shampoo and conditioner, body wash, soap. Really clean. So clean. It's amazing. Check it out. Nice. Love it. Okay, just got out of the shower. I'm pretty sure, unless it happened when I was a kid, that was my very first time taking a shower in a brass tub like this. And I'll tell you what, we need to get back to it. That is the most practical and best shower I've ever taken. So comfortable. What is it? What is it? It's old technology, but it works great. Sound familiar? Alright, so I got a robe in here if I want to wear it. 1872 denim in. Look at that. I don't think I'm going to wear it, but it's nice. I could. Guys, I swear that light just flickered in there. There it goes. What the heck? Is that bulb going out? That's weird. It's flickering. I think it's just going out. I left my EMF tester in my car. I gotta go get it. Talking to this. I think it's just going out, but that was weird. Spooky. The music's still on in the parlor. Okay, this is scary. Anything going on in the living room? I'm gonna go grab my EMF tester, left it in the car. Hello? Okay, here we go. Nice night for a walk, huh? I have not seen anyone staying here. I think everyone's in their rooms. There's nowhere to be in town, that's for sure. Crickets. Cicadas. Very haunting with the moon. Wow. Not too hot out. Nice little breeze. It's just in Orlando. It's definitely cooler here, further north. Let's see what the temperature is. Temperature, Monticello, Florida. 81 degrees. Feels good. I'm really enjoying this day. Was that light on there a moment ago? Lights on. I wonder if one of the rooms gives you access to that. I'll put a link in the description below so you can check out all the rooms. It's the same website I booked it on. Maybe you want to stay here. I recommend it. Alright, let me get my EMF tester and let's get back inside and tell some ghost stories. Got it. Spanish moss. Driveway's very spooky. What was that? I heard something. That scared me. I heard something. Sound like a critter. Spooked me. The music is perfect. It's very haunting. Let's go upstairs. Blue room's still open. This is the haunted room. That scared me. A lot of noises. Check out my shadow. Okay, there's people staying in these rooms. It's said that this inn is haunted by several ghosts. Green room and blue room. Blue room is the most haunted room. This room is haunted by a ghost by the name of Aunt Sarah. Paranormal occurrences constantly happen in the 1872 John Denham home. Activity has occurred during the day as well as night and has been experienced by guests throughout the house and around the property. Many guests have caught orbs on their cameras. Ooh, hearing sounds. Have caught orbs on their cameras both inside and outside of the house. On one of the historic Monticello ghost tours, a person captured a digital picture of an apparition of a lady in white, dressed as a bride in the front yard. We were just there. Other reports include draining of electronic devices, lights going on and off. Ooh, that just happened. And footsteps heard at night when no one is up. And the owner herself has heard heavy phantom footsteps at night when no one else is in the house. I'm gonna come in here so we can talk a little more now that we're not outside of someone's room. Got a little light in here. Hello, welcome to today's creature feature at the Denham Inn. For tonight, we talk about the ghosts that haunt this historic inn. Alright, I gotta have a little fun. Let's get a little creeped out in front of Aunt Sarah's room. And I just read that there was a couple that was staying up in the blue room and they were awoken up in the middle of the night. The lights just started coming on. No one flipping the switch. That's pretty crazy. And this book goes on to say that Betty Davis, founder of BBGT, believes John Denham's spirit still watches the neighborhood from his unique watchtower. Oh wow. The tower upstairs that we saw outside. The lights on. According to this, it says in 2003, USA Today declared the 1872 John Denham house the second most haunted inn in America, in the United States. Ooh, did you see that? The lights flickered as I said that. The spirits that reside here had loved the house so much, when they were alive, they decided to stay in the afterlife. Okay, the light just flickered. I am really creeped out. I've had goosebumps this whole time. There's definitely a lot of energy here. And I feel like I'm the only one here. Everyone's in their room. The music's not helping. And I went on to read that the owner, her name is Pat, she feels like there's a ghost in here that's helpful, a friendly ghost, because she was doing work in the house and she was leaning too close to the rail and she felt something pull her back. Pulled her back from the staircase, and then she said she was trying to light a fire in the fireplace and she felt something pull her back as well, right over here. So maybe it's a helpful ghost, like Casper. Alright guys, this is cool. I'm having a good time. Spooky, very spooky. Gonna prepare for bed. It is almost 11 o'clock. We just went around and told some spooky ghost stories. I felt a lot of creepy stuff. If anything happens through the night, I will obviously update you. The video is still going. I really look forward to breakfast. Also, I'm gonna leave this recording. I don't know if I have enough memory to go all night, but I'll definitely let it record. So I'm going to bed for a little bit. So I'm falling asleep. I'll probably turn it off, but I'll be checking the audio as I'm editing tomorrow after all said and done. All right, guys. Good night. See you in the morning. Lights up. Man, it's really dark in here. And good morning, rise and shine. It is 7:15. As you can see, we survived. That is one of the most comfortable beds I have ever slept in. I did not move all night. Took me a while to fall asleep because I heard a noise, and that last clip, I was trying to record it. I think it's part of the fan, although I don't hear it now. It was just like kind of like a little creaking. It was freaking me out. It's probably nothing. So yeah, I got up just a moment ago. I got refreshed in the shower, and as I was taking a shower this morning, while I was in here, that third light came on. Like right when I was taking the shower. So it's working now. That's weird. That is really weird. Normally bulbs just go out, but maybe they're like, all right, take your last shower, get out. So breakfast is at 8. Got a half hour. I forgot to bring cash, and I want to leave a tip. So I'm actually gonna leave, go to an ATM, and come back for breakfast. And I might hit up that coffee shop in the bank if it's open. All right. And here we go. Good morning, Monticello. Still as quiet as you were yesterday. It's a cool town. All right, it's not my bank, but they have an ATM. I'll pay the fees, no problem. And look at that. The first territorial governor of Florida. Old Hickory. And from one bank, courthouse is beautiful in the morning, from one bank to the other. I know I'm spoiling my coffee at my bed and breakfast, but I gotta visit this place. I need coffee. All right, place is cool. It definitely used to be an old bank. I got cows in here. Cowhouse Coffee Company. I like the name, Cowhouse. A lot of cows. We're in a bank. Got my cold brew. That was quick. And we've made it home. I have literally seen no one but me here. I think people stayed here last night. We're about to find out at breakfast. I think there's people. I'm listening back to my recordings to see if I hear anything. Forgot my headphones to plug into this. I took 3 recordings last night. I will update you guys if I find... Ooh, so creeped out. I will update you guys if I find anything. Okay, it's breakfast time. Smells good. Okay, I might be the only one here. Got coffee, someone made coffee. Ghostly coffee, I'll do some more coffee for sure. Oh, this is better. And black. That's how I like it. Really like the china here. Green. Don't see too many green. It's my favorite color. Alright, someone came out of the kitchen and greeted me. Told them I was just by myself. They said, sit wherever you like. I said, I'll sit at the head of the table. Why not? I could get used to this. And I was just brought some water, some orange juice to go with my coffee. Really nice. All right, so they have brought me a plate of fresh watermelon and cantaloupe that was grown right here in Jefferson County. And get this, I didn't have to go to the ATM this morning because they said they take credit card. Whoops. They asked me to provide it for all the cleaning fees and stuff. I didn't know, but we still got to go out and enjoy the coffee at the bank. Wow, that was good. And from what I see, there's at least 5 bed and breakfasts in Monticello, Daffodil House, the Clark House. That's pretty amazing. Maybe I'll stay at another bed and breakfast next time I come through Monticello. Could make it a thing. We'll see. Local sausage and local farm fresh eggs. This is great. This is my favorite. I love protein. Yeah. Homemade lemon curd made in-house. And this is a 4-berry preserve from France. And a fresh croissant. Nice little French breakfast. That sauce is so good. Alright, finishing up breakfast here. Fantastic. I was able to pay with my card plus leave a cash tip for the whole night right here. So that's what I did. And if there are ghosts here, I agree they're friendly. They love this place. That's why they're still here. Alright, here we go. Bye, room. Bye-bye. Bye, Mr. Denham. Bye, Aunt Sarah. Bye-bye. Well, guys, thanks for staying with me. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. 5 years. 5 years. I hope to be back soon to Florida to update this series. I have a feeling I will sometime in the near future. If you like this content, make sure to check out the Roadside playlist on the main page of my YouTube channel, Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. And if you like this episode, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. It helps me and it helps the things I film be known. It helps promote, for instance, this inn. Odds are you may have liked it so much you might come here and stay yourself. Please tell them Tampa J sent you, and have a good time in Monticello. This town is really, really quiet and spooky, and it's just a cool getaway. It's for people that don't want to do much but just enjoy history and relax. And who knows, maybe you can catch a show at the Opera House while you're in town. That's what I would like to do. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please know that you're awesome, that you're loved, and no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. We checked in and we checked out. That doesn't always happen. I do think this place is haunted. I felt a lot of energy, specifically upstairs, but I think the ghosts here are friendly. I think Mr. Denham built this house, and he, you know, time flies when you're a busy businessman and you barely got to enjoy it. He died 2 years later after this house was built in 1874, and I don't think he ever left. He might be watching us from his tower. Okay, I'm heading out. We got much to do still in Florida. Better get my suitcase off the porch. Thanks for watching, guys. You're awesome. And one last thing as I'm leaving here, this is the old barn out back, which is also, I believe, a room. The backside. 6 rooms to rent. Check them out online. I'll put a link in the description below for the website. Alright. Where shall we head today? Well, first I gotta stop at a Starbucks to finish up this video, but I think I'm gonna head west. Heading west. See you, folks. More parking over here, by the way. Goodbye, Mr. Denham. Thanks for the stay. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to say this. Please, no one follow me home. Get out. Alright, guys. Forward. Whoa. Forward. Little hill there.